When you hear Owambe, what comes to mind? Is it not party, big gilly, shiny agbada, and loud music? And let's not forget the best part. The food, orishirishi everywhere. But what you don't expect at an Owambe is armed robbery and gunshots. As how now? So to everybody begin pick race. Welcome to Owambe Thieves, a film that proves to us that stealing is cool only if it's your mom, your sis, your boss, or anybody actually.
Pick and move. That's on period.
The movie follows this couple, Cheta and Lola, Nigeria's very own Bonnie and Clyde. But without money, to put it nicely, they are suffering from everlasting economic hardship. Cheta, a graduate HND in philosophy, plus 5 years experience in HR, human rationing, and somehow ends up as a manager at Mr. Blink Blink's floor factory. At least, that's what he thought. Because today, after blessing them with 5 kg of rice and Ororo, Mbaba drops the bomb. We are sacking some of you. And Cheta is like, sorry, as manager, I'm supposed to know now. Next thing, Oga says, thank God you spoke. Yes, you first. See manager, we know sabi your own destiny. Bro is shook because, hello, he has a newborn baby that drinks Cerelac like water and a wife to feed. And that's not even all. It gets better. Mr. Blink Blink also tells them to pack out of the company apartment in 1 week. Yay! However, God said, let there be a helper. And there was Bernard, Cheta's old paddy, who offers them a furnished apartment. You see this God? Joy one woman and wife. But you see the P now is, Lola no took badun Bernard. And you know, when women intuition don't they tell them say, you get her something bien. It be like say you get her something B. But Cheta is like, don't worry babe, Bernard is my guy. Yeah, we shall see. That day, Cheta lands a job at a construction site as a supervisor, but ends up quitting before the day ends because the site contractor wanted to supervise the supervisor. That one aside, based on poverty level, Lola can't really beg her rich mother for money. You say why? See, Toke, her mother warned her. She said, marry anybody, even if it's Tom, Dick, or Harry. Just make sure the person has money. But Lola no gree. She went ahead and married that poor Igbo boy. Of course, Lola jumps to defend her precious Cheta. And eventually, Mama softens a little and sends her sales girl to buy baby food and a few supplies. But strictly warns the girl not to give a dime to Lola. Meanwhile, Cheta gets another job as, wait for it, a fireman. Fireman again. Oga jumps into fire to rescue a child and almost dies afterwards. And this was only the first day. Oga, never die, waiting go kill you. It day your front. So Bernard, yes, turns out that his guy fancies his wife. This man wants to extend friendship from Cheta to Lola. And according to him, he wants them to be close friends. Oga, extend your way out of their house first. Lola tries to tell Cheta, but Madame is forming Shakespeare. Well, just say he's trying to get to the place he did not keep anything. Seeing how none of them has a job, and to escape Bernard's gun body, she goes back to work as a road safety official. The problem was, she didn't realize it's not bring your son to work day. And with nobody to look after her boy, she gets suspended. Before you start saying, would you believe Oga Bernard? This man shamelessly let himself into their apartment one day, claiming he had been waiting for Lola in the parlor. Excuse me, sir. When you gave out the apartment, you handed over ownership, but apparently, Bernard missed that memo. Next thing, it starts with, we're all grown-ups here, and tries to force himself on her. Yes, so, as in Kiriwa with another man's wife, your friend's wife. Luckily for him, Cheta walks in just in time, pounces on him, and even sends him out with a missing tooth. Grown-ups bow. Bernard, humiliated, kicks them out of his apartment. Now with nowhere to go, they end up at Lola's mother's house. But guess what? Lola's younger sister, Tadi, was having her wedding introduction and they didn't even invite Lola. Wow. Apparently, Toke took Davido's "If you no get money, hide your face" lyric way too seriously. The party was raining dollars, guys. Tade was about to marry a senator, the type with 4 wives already. But hey, he's rich and in Nigeria. That kind of money settles everything. Anyway, Toke first shoot them to step back. So it turns out that Lola did not support her younger sister financially or even show up physically to render support. And Toke was not having it. She rained insults on both of them so hard that even the fat rat-infested bags they came with received their own share of the abuse before allowing them sneak to the back. Just sneak, not join the party. So, the next day, Cheta decides to make himself useful by cleaning up the compound, but instead suffers more insults from Toke, who basically was unpleased that he wore gloves for safety. Mama, if you think trenches are only in the ghetto, I have news for you. Cheta was deep in the trenches, collecting insults and still saying, "Yes, ma. Of course, ma. Yay, that is the height." That was when Lola decided, I no fit get rich, mama. May poverty dey wear me and my people skin tight. So, she comes up with a genius plan to steal the dollars the rich senator and his friends would spray at her sister's wedding. To teach mama and sis a little life lesson. And since she had a spare key to where they would keep the cash, all that was left was Cheta's decision. Are you in or are you out? Honestly, that's the dumbest question of 2025. Because of course, he's in. Fast forward to the wedding day. The party's on fire. Dollars were raining like heavy downpour. One babe, Fifi, Tade's friend, was even tired from carrying bags of money to the stash room. It's plenty. As soon as she waka comot, Lola and Cheta entered. They saw temptation and temptation saw them. They grabbed one bag and left because discipline. So you think they wouldn't notice if one bag goes missing, Abby? Okay. This same Toke that promised to disappear Fifi if that happened. Oh yes, and they just knew who could pull this off. The poverty-stricken people, Lola and Cheta. They confronted them and ransacked their rooms, but couldn't find anything even under the bed. And just like that, guys, they did it. They are rich. They buy a new house, and suddenly, even neighbor wey no sabi them before brings gift baskets and invites them to her child's wedding. Now, Cheta goes, did someone say wedding? Lola is like, no, not again. Cheta was ready to milk this thing dry, while Lola thought it was just a one-time stunt to teach mama and sis a little life lesson. But no, Cheta wasn't about that hustling life anymore. He wasn't going back to struggling just to feed his wife and son. She had only one option, get on board. So what happened? They planned another heist. They would storm the wedding, dance a little, spray small cash, and when Cheta turns off the power, Lola grabs a bag of money, and just like that, he disappears. Too easy. The next heist is an Hausa wedding, and it goes just as smoothly. Cheta celebrates by buying a car and a wig worth millions for Lola. Madam was cheesing like she wasn't the same babe who wanted to quit before. Look at, sometime after, our favorite thieves throw a first birthday party for their son, Soma. Toke and Tade, with no shame, showed up like, surprise! Lola said, surprise, go. You better turn back. But those women no agree. They even tried to emotionally manipulate their way back into Lola's life. Because it turns out that Senator threw Tade out after she cheated on him and money was now tied on them. Anyway, fast forward to one random day. Just pure coincidence. Tade's friend, Fifi, bumps into Cheta at a restaurant, and next thing you know, he's cheating on Lola with her. Man, sha. After a few, Kiriwa sessions, a call comes in for Fifi. Now, it turns out Mr. Blink Blink's daughter was about to get married, and you and I both know what that means. Another Owambe robbery. Come on. He rushes back home and fills Lola in on this information. She didn't even need him to convince her. Mr. Blink Blink showed them Pepe. So, she was in this time to teach him a lesson. They start planning weeks of plotting, even securing an invite through the women's leader in Blink Blink's church. Cheta is so excited by this heist that he bought a gun. Lola is against using a gun, of course. But babe, you didn't even see his shooting skills yet. Now chill, let me show you one or two. Finally, the wedding day comes. You won't see packaging, dressing, food. If enjoyment was a crime, everyone here would be serving life. Mr. Blink Blink was spraying dollars like he's allergic to Naira. Hey, but wait, wasn't this the same man that fired Cheta because of the bad economy? It turns out Baba is a full-blown drug lord. All the money he's spraying, small change compared to his stash. Not like Cheta was having second thoughts about robbing this man, but after approaching him, the man didn't show any remorse for what he did to him and instead went on to insult him even more. That was it, the final green light. Robbery must happen today. Lola got two women to begin a fight. Using the distraction, Cheta lights knock out under the table. And as it goes off, you won't see this. People were leaping over tables, even using other people's heads as stepping stones just to escape. Yeah, in all this madness, guess what got left behind? The bag of money. But see problem, another guy spots the bag and wants to claim it. Cheta just pulls up like, hey, you want report, you know so? I'll be taking that. Thank you very much, bros. But by now, police have learned. These ones didn't even do their usual late arrival. They came like they were following them on Instagram Live. Chase begins. Cheta and Lola speed off like Fast and Furious, losing the police for a bit, and head to their switch car location. And then from nowhere, Lola points the same gun she didn't want at Cheta. For a second, Cheta thinks maybe there's somebody behind him. Nope, it's you, sir. Madam, what's in the happen? Now, it turns out Tade, yes, Mrs. Freshly Divorced, decided to sprinkle pepper into their love life. She caught Cheta's cheating escapades with Fifi and carried the gist straight to Lola. Bad belle. Lola did her own FBI work, and guess what? Guilty as charged. Now where should they show him the edit? Now it's come with them. Anyway, Cheta began to beg, forming it meant nothing. Her reaction says it's an overreaction, but before she can finish her TED talk, Lola gets distracted. Cheta grabs the gun. They struggle. Finger on the trigger. Bosa. One shot. Where did the bullet go? Their baby was in the car. Did it hit the baby or not? Nobody knows. Schrodinger's baby, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we've reached the suspenseful end of Owambe Thieves, directed by Adeoluwa Owu, and now available on streaming platforms. That's a wrap for today's video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe.